Hi, my name is Jill Kesti, and I run Coalition to End Forced Psychiatric Drugging on Facebook. Tonight I'm doing a video of me reading the first time I had a psychospiritual breakthrough in my diary. August 3rd, 1999 is when I'm going to start. And I don't even know really what it says, but I'm going to read until I stop. And I'm going to blank out people's names as I come to them. I don't want anybody to be harmed by my story, but I feel like my story is very important, as everyone's is. I'm not going to give any background. I'm just going to go ahead. Delia's gone. One more round. Delia's gone. I feel my destiny may be to be an eccentric, crazed painter, one on the edge of madness, this thing called love. I grit my teeth and my brain is inflamed with eyes that spent days in dishwater dirtied by the past, the trials, the tribulations. I feel as though I'm all alone, and yet know all else feel the same way. My inadequacy of my own dear soul is crying, crying, crying out to be healed. Why me, Lord? I swear every time that it won't come again, that beast in blank. The one that won't let me be off that wire and be free. I must be free. And that will only happen in my dreams until I truly walk naked in the rain. Not why, but when. To see this progress is like being dragged on the end of a stick when its short life tumbles all at once and we are stuck once again in the mire of the crazed, dank darkness. Again, the tower of strength is proven to be made of sticks and stones, where the clashings are like the gnashings and grindings of 10,000 teeth in the innermost corner of my brain. All of my efforts seem wasted, and my slate is once again wiped clean. I see more every day, but all I see is getting darker. I push on, go forward, but this, quote, number 13 is tattooed on my neck, unquote. And the lights seem dim at this moment. I constantly choke myself and slit my own throat. How long? If I don't make it here, I've already decided I'm going to find my business from a backwoods shack close to the lake where my soul can suffer alone for quite some time. I'm almost there already. I don't know if I believe anymore that this can work here once again. We danced the summer away under bright nights splashed with chili peppers and mama cass, boat rides, sauna, kittens, precious kittens, Otsego, Stir Wars, Austin, baseball, grilling, good buds, friends, family, and us together like never before. I'd even begun to believe that it was not possible to make it end with bad intent. But with more seeds. But it did, and now we start again, with more seeds planted for the next harvest. I pray it will be bountiful. The questioning is back, the paranoia, the untrust, the beast. But it's less fierce. And my own inadequacies are becoming clearer through this calmer storm. I still have that glimmer, and love reverberates through me stronger than ever before. My faith is being tested now, and I should not give in so easily to fleedom. These are the times I've been training for, where the real battles are fought, when the ego and the superego struggle. And I know the scars will remain, but be healed in the end when the clear light sutures and stitches the quilt of my life. This life just keeps getting deeper and deeper. Death steeps in, and I feel like it's going to be over soon. All this feeling scares me. To be blown back by a glance is more than discomforting. It makes me question my balance, my integrity, my strength, but not my love. That seems to be pretty consistent, so I guess the rest is all supposed to be a struggle. I think they called it life. I am so blessed that I don't think that the love can be crushed. It's everywhere, saturated and deep. It runs it all. It echoes in all our steps. All is in its purpose. Some call it Buddha. Some call it God. I call it love. There are times when I feel there is no way that blank will see through the, quote, see through the tricks of 666, unquote. And times I wonder if I will ever. But my heart knows his heart hurts, and we will heal each other when we get to it, when we are okay with our own selves and souls. It may even take being apart to make this happen, but for now my home is still very much where my heart is, here. September 1st. I have lost hope once again. I have come to that place now where I see me clearly. Me, that person who has written it all so she would not forget, can no longer turn a blind eye. I understand that I am not worthy of blank's love or hate. I am not worthy. I have slept with 19 men at tonight's first count in many years. I know I am dirty and may never be clean. I can only pray now that the light will come once again and my trials will be understood. The clearness of my past words haunt me now. The glorifying of lust, the halls of revenge, the mire of sex, the crazed sense of control, the overwhelming ego trip, the ride along with the social consciousness, the need for love, the need for sex as love and wantedness, the anger, hurt, pain, and fear I could not feel authentically. I do not deserve to have blank's children. I do not deserve to be alive. Father, please forgive me. I have sinned. Deeply in my soul, I have been evil. I have thought evil thoughts. I have been selfish, judgmental, sadistic in my hurt and craving for revenge, immoral, sleazy, cheap, worthless, a whore. I am all that blank has thought of me and more. I have used people. I have abused people. I have caused great pain and more suffering to so many that it has to stop now, here. I cannot hurt blank like this anymore. I must leave. I must give up my selfishness now and be brave to leave him. He still has time to find a mother for his children. He could even be with someone who has kids. His time is running out and I'm not helping anything. He can never love the whore that I am. I am not going to do this to him anymore. I must tell him everything and then go. He will understand why there is no more hope, because I know now what I truly am, who I truly am, and am ready to admit that I am not worth his suffering. Anyone else would not be like me. There are a lot of women who do not have my past, and he will make them so happy. Why? I truly believed it could work, that my love could overcome this. But I don't deserve love. I never did. I was not meant to have this. I've messed up since the beginning. This could never work because I don't work. I need to clean myself. I don't work. I need to bear all. I need to tell him everything so I can start over with an honest to God start. He needs to know everything, and I will tell him everything, because nothing matters anymore. September 28th, 1999. I believe either today or yesterday was blank and I's 4th year anniversary. How appropriate. I am 24 years old now. I'm 44 now. After that night, I began the journey back through my life. I gave Malika, my computer, a boot and began page-making my diaries. All of it. Initially, I was going to write of men I've been with, but soon fell back and realized all of it makes me who I am. All of it. And I got stuck once more. Defensive me once again. Or defensive once again. When so much progress had begun to be made. Arrow pointing to the last entry. I discerned and logically deducted and confirmed initial excuses, placed blame on every external factor, saw that it wasn't only me, and I fell back and once again pointed the finger at everything but myself. I've got some kind of disease, and there are no remedies, unquote. I wrote and wrote and wrote, and with every word, I relived my years of 14 and a half to 15 and a half. I felt the fear, the anger, the blame, the revenge, the sex, the lust, and I slowly but surely rebuilt the wall. 9 Inch Nails, quote, fragile, she doesn't see her beauty. I won't let you fall apart, unquote. Quote, if I could fix myself, I would let die, unquote. I fell back into my patterns that I so firmly established back then. Even Lila, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, Robert Persick. Even Lila fueled my fire. I was reading it. I missed her point entirely. I saw her pain, and I applauded her defensives as just and appropriate in view of her pain. Why? Have I been so utterly blind all my life? Did I always feel that I was not responsible for what I've done in my past? I tried over and over to justify it all to blank, but I failed because it was not truth. I didn't believe he could handle the truth. I didn't think I could. His blank old world intellect and societal beliefs were what lashed so hard, but it was because of this I tried so hard to deny. I'd intentionally denied and violated such values and beliefs. The church. I turned my back on all of that. The church and God and marriage. I told blank I didn't want a relationship when I first met him. This is because I knew I wasn't suitable as a woman who could have a family. I knew underneath that any hope for that I had already been dashed out of my head when I chose to derive myself biologically, not socially. I violated the cultural norms that had been in place since the dawn of caveman society. I don't feel this way right now anymore. This is bullshit. The rituals in place in my childhood, I threw them away and replaced them with my own. Instead of praying, I wrote constantly. Instead of saving myself sexually, I gave it away. Instead of staying focused with the word, I drank it into oblivion. Instead of loving those around me, I plotted and resented. Instead of staying with someone through boredom, I created an exciting affair I could lose myself in. I did all of this as a woman who thought she was smart and who was, she could get away with it with no price to pay. God, how I wish I had been caught. A woman who was pretty and could choose to have sex. And I did. I did it all. And blank 2 nights ago felt the love. The love I can't feel right now due to my fear. He felt it so truly that his throaty voice and watering eyes showed me he wanted to see me. But I wasn't ready. Blank, 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 blank. When I was again faced with that voice, the one that is always there in sex, but that I've pushed down due to my fear of walking nakedly. The one I finally told him about, and which finally brought us here to now. I felt love there. It was beautiful. Blank let it flow through him to me, and I felt it. But I didn't believe it, even then or even now. I am bewildered. I feel lost now. I am so lost. Blank came home yesterday, and I finished reading the rest of Lila to him. Afterward, he asked me something about my past, like, "Didn't you have a good time?" Or something like that. And up came the wall. No, I didn't. I don't like sex, or whatever. The same old story. But this time it was different. With the first words out of my mouth, we were thrown back to our old patterns as usual. And his were ever shining and brilliantly orchestrated into a nightmarish version of hell. By my creation, once again. He spat vicious words that cut my soul to shreds. Mocking, hissing, evil words. Words I've heard 1,000 times from him. I was crushed, slammed against the wall, with no breath, no fight, only despair. Then he left, went into the bathroom. In my anguish, I went straight to, quote unquote, scar tissue I wish you saw, which was my diaries that I was copying and typing into the computer. And on page 14, I saw it. Bad girl. Underlined. Then it came back, and the pain came with it. Blank had won. I could finally see. I knew. I knew then that I was dead. It was all there. Bad girl. I knew what I had done. I had excused myself so vehemently that I failed to see any wrong in my actions. No, I failed to take responsibility for my evil deeds. And maybe that's why I feel so empty now. I'd at first seen it on the first, but I denied it again, and now blank sees it. And there is no going back. I lost it. And then he saw me, really saw me. For the first time ever, he'd killed me.